now once again regarding the oppression and the corruption and deception and the fraud and the starvation and famine being caused to the poor people worldwide. Also the drunkenness and homeless drunken people everywhere, i.e. of foreign nationalities. They're in every borough, every corner, every city, every town centre worldwide. And also the begging epidemic caused by these banking fraudsters, which is also worldwide. And not forgetting the paedophile protection racket being operated by the Freemasons and the governments worldwide. And also the killing of innocent members of the public while they attempting to cause harm and robbery and loss to a member of the public. This also gets covered up internally by the Freemasons and the judges, as they immediately have to pay damages. So they'll immediately be covered up straight away. As soon as the policeman commits a murder, it will be covered up immediately because the compensation will have to be paid, you see, damages. So they can't afford this to actually happen, that any form of damages be paid from the public funds. So I'm warning everybody once again, these are big, high-level, demonic, ritual, religious pedophiles in power. And they've got their little policemen working on their sides. The courts are owned by these Freemasons. All inspectors, all commissioners, all high-end lawyers are all Freemasons. All the judges are Freemasons. And they will always violate your human rights, act in breach of personal liberty and breach of personal rights and breach of human rights law. We've given them so many cases where I've given them violations and shouted them out in the court. But if you've heard the vlog, I told you what happens is the court transcribers claim it's inaudible. They can't hear the law or what was spoken. It's inaudible because this is the way they tamper with evidence and continuously pervert the course of justice. As if you actually get an appeal heard, because if you try to get an appeal heard, they actually say we haven't received the appeal documents. This is how corrupt they are. So they'll claim not to have heard even the appeal documents and they haven't received anything, even if you send it recorded post. This is how evil, demonic and satanic they are. I've also encountered this problem. So be aware, they'll also make up lies saying you have a form of mental illness. Okay, and then you'll have to be examined, etc. by more demonic Freemasons. And you might not be able to take them out the way I took them out. And they had to bow down to the common law and the trust law. They had to bow down. They had no option. As soon as they heard the transgressions taking place, attempted robbery worldwide which is taking place, homelessness, drunkenness, or lack of respect for the law, and also the big, dirty, disgusting, despicable paedophile protection racket being carried out worldwide by the Freemasons and the governments, and also attempted robbery, theft by deception, perjury. And they weren't actually willing to come on my side, but as soon as I advised them of the evidence I have regarding these paedophiles being protected in high-end positions of government and of so-called authority, and they immediately changed their tone and they came on my voice. There was one man, he was a Freemason, he was actually not wanting to come on my side, no matter how much I exposed the government fraudsters. So you've got to be very careful when you're taking these fraudsters on. They'll try to have you sectioned and say that you're mad and etc. and make up more lies, basically, more perjury, more fraud and more corruption. So be very careful, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. As I advise you, these are demonic, ritual, religious, satanic, devil-worshipping, paedophile protectors and ritual killers. But they get the i.e. the policemen and these people to do the work for them and kill members of the public, and they'll just internally cover it up, and the damages will never ever be paid from the public funds. So this is a very big problem of actually getting any money out from these fraudsters. Even if you sue them, take them to the courts, it will just get covered up because the public funds, they're going to protect them, they will not pay you, even though that's your money they've stolen, and they won't admit this. So all the alcohol sales they're selling under Christian law are illegal. Every sale of tax is illegal under Christian law, under biblical laws. In carrying the Holy Bible, look at the magistrates, but they refuse to bow down to the Holy Bible. Under trust law and common law, they refuse to recognize it, to try to gain commercially. So it's not very easy to actually take these molesters out. Even when you catch them red-handed and you file and sue charges on them immediately, you can't actually do anything to these molesting judges. It's very hard to get them in the court. Even the policemen, if you do get a policeman or even a government fraudster worker, council worker or something, some oppressor in the court, these big molesters sitting up, and they will all gang up together and protect it. Now it's very hard to actually get them in front of a jury. You can't get them in front of a jury. So this is how they keep on protecting all the molestation and all the fraud and theft by deception and tyranny and oppression and the murder worldwide. So this has been going on for very many centuries. It didn't just occur overnight. Be aware of this. These transgressions did not just occur overnight. These have been going on for very many centuries secretly in their lodges, where they worship Lucifer and they bow down and they do demonic rituals and pedophilic rituals in their lodges, which the policemen allow them to do, not raiding them while they're doing the ritual, not keeping cameras in there and keeping eyes and tabs and listening in on what these molesters are actually up to and what they're plotting. So they're protecting the demonic Freemasons in every single lodge worldwide, and they know that the 33rd degree Freemason is a pedophile and a devil worshipper. The higher up the ladder they go. But most of them are, as I advised, probably in on the racket, and most of them probably are pedophiles. So, and thieves. So they're not bothered what the ones at the top above them in higher positions are doing. So it's a very demonic times we're living in now. And the oppression is being exposed worldwide. But they just don't seem to care, these molesters. They're still carrying on, trying to frighten members of the public, acting in theft by deception, causing attempted robbery, causing robbery, common law offences, and then also perjury, and being protected by the judges. So this system is going on worldwide. This demonic plague and pestilence on the land is spread worldwide, this pestilence caused by these molesters, this plague that they've spread worldwide, this evil demonic system, unlawful debt-based system worldwide, suppressing the poor people worldwide, killing the poor people worldwide. So now people are actually speaking out against this tyranny and oppression and injustice and violation of all forms of laws worldwide, and violation of human rights law, breach of personal liberty, and breach of personal rights, and breach of human rights law is being carried out worldwide by these molesters on a daily basis. And also the paedophile protection is being carried out on a daily basis, along with the attempted theft by deception and attempted robbery worldwide by these thugs in uniform. So be aware of this. And then they're working with the Freemasons, with Luciferian indoctrinated devil worshippers, with religious satanic pedophiles. So it's not easy to take these kind of people down and hold them accountable, these scums, these thieves, these dirty molesters. But when the Almighty Creator wills, they will end their corruption. The Almighty Creator will end all of their corruption and tyranny and theft by deception and fraud and stealing of all the gold and the silver and all the natural resources from the poor people, and putting them in slavery and bondage and debt. So I hope this is enough now and people can understand what they're being put through by these government molesters and paedophile protectors in very high positions, and what they're all about, and how long they've been carrying on this charade for, how long they've been killing innocent members of the public worldwide and covering it up, how long they've been making people suffer and starve worldwide and covering it up. So this is proving the demonic nature of this system and the people behind it, controlling it, i.e. the police, judges, counsellors, lawyers, utility companies, all the major corporations. They're all involved in this demonic behaviour basically, and acting against the public's best interest continuously, especially the court staff, the court transcribers, the judges, and all the policemen and the counsellors, and all government workers. Okay, even though a few of them are actually aware of the oppression and the tyranny, the ones with the low-end salaries, the ones who are working in the low-end paid jobs in the public offices, they're fully aware of the tyranny and the transgression and the theft by deception racket being operated. But they still have to side with the paedophile government, the molesting paedophile government, which pays the demonic wages, the debt-based wages, to everybody. So this is how we're all enslaved once again, through the banks as well. So I hope everybody's got a knowledge now, even more, and people are learning their rights and learning what the violation of human rights law is: breach of personal liberty, breach of personal rights, breach of human rights law, which is the actual violation and breach and charge to be paid damages for, sum of compensation, okay, which will never pay these scums. As an act is not a law, statutory act of Parliament made by molesters in the government, in the House of Commons and House of Lords and the House of Parliaments, who are mainly all paedophile protectors and devil worshippers and Satanists. These are where these laws are derived from, in these parliaments, with the help of the devil. They are deriving these man-made laws to steal money and equity from you and everybody and me across the whole wide world, and putting everybody into debt and making them work like slaves. So I hope people can understand now how we've been enslaved and indebted, and the violation of human rights law worldwide, which is being protected by these same molesters in the courts, in the judges, and the court transcribers, the policemen, everybody in the governmental bodies basically, every government fraudster. So now it's time for this vlog to end now, and I'll be uploading vlogs daily discussing these activities as to a demonic situation all around the world, worldwide, and how it's being caused, and any more pedophiles who are being captured, high-end ones. I will be exposing them and talking about it on this channel, just as I've exposed Jimmy Savile, Lord Janner, Rolf Harris, and the ex-Prime Minister of England, Ted Heath, who all belong to the same lodge in London, the Freemason Lodge. And I've also exposed Barry Bennell as having links to the same Freemason lodges as these government fraudsters, high-end pedophiles who are also being given protection, probably by the same officers and judges or their family members, as this pedophilia activity seems to run in some of their families as well since anciency, along with the money and the power. So be aware of this. Pedophilia seems to be running in their families. It's passed down. Okay, many Freemasons are passing this pedophilic knowledge down in the families secretly. Okay, it's disgusting. So be aware of this, how satanic these lands are. Okay, end of vlog.